lot of reaction from you. A caravan of migrants, at least 1,200 strong, marching across Mexico toward the United States.
Well, the group says that they want to make a statement, some seeking asylum here in the U.S., others planning to sneak over the border. But what really happens if they do make it into our country?
Here to answer that, the president of the National Border Patrol Council, Brandon Judd. Brandon, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, so 2/3 of them would like to either wind up with asylum with the United States or simply melt across our, at times, invisible border. What happens?
Well, when they come here and they ask for asylum, we'll take them into custody. We'll do hours worth of processing, and then we'll turn them over to ICE, and then ICE will release them based upon what they call a credible fear, and then they'll melt into the shadows, which is what President Obama called it. But in essence, we're just not enforcing our immigration laws. And again, we're not talking about legal immigration. We're talking about illegal immigration. Right. The public isn't down on legal immigration. They're down on illegal immigration.
So, Brandon, all they have to do is come in, meet with you guys on the border, and they have to prove political corruption, violence against their people, corruption, gangs, police, ending murder, ending domestic violence in their countries. If they say to you, if we go back, that's what we're going home to, if you send us back, do you automatically have to, through the catch and release program, allow them to come into America and then let them go until they have their court hearing?
Yeah, and they don't have to prove anything initially. All they have to do is come here and make a claim, and that's the problem. They're being coached by the smugglers that are bringing them up. You got to remember, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the smugglers are coaching them and telling them exactly what they need to say. So all they have to do is come here and claim that they fear to go back to their country, and they don't have to provide any evidence whatsoever.
Well, it seems like the problem is once they are arrested, detained, and then they are released, why didn't they just expedite it where, okay, they're detained, let's have the hearing right now?
The problem is you have too many officials in the federal government that don't believe that President Trump is going to be reelected in 2020. They're trying to wait him out. I've spoken with many political appointees that say that the career professionals, all they're doing is waiting them out and hoping that the person that they want gets in. You got to remember, federal employees did not vote for President Trump, and so all they're trying to throw a monkey wrench into everything that he's trying to accomplish.
But Brandon, yeah, it breaks everyone's heart when you see parents and their kids, but we have to make sure we're vetting people to make sure we're keeping our own country safe. But when I was down there on the border, they were telling me that people come from all over the world. They walk in through Mexico, and then, like you said, through catch and release, we have to accept them into our country. Why is that fair when you have a long list of people who aren't able to do that are waiting to get in this country the right way?
Well, and that's interesting. I have several family members that are from countries other than the United States that immigrated to the United States legally, and they did it the right way. And so you've got this backlog of people that are waiting to come to the country legally, and they get very frustrated seeing these people, in essence, jump ahead of the line. Right. It would be like somebody breaking into your home, sitting on your couch and saying, hey, I'm here, so you have to let me stay here. It's just, it's an insane way to think of things, and we have to be able to enforce our immigration laws. We have to have the political will to do it, and if we don't have the political will, we're going to be talking about this every single year.
Or maybe the laws need to change, because they're not really breaking the law, though, are they? With catch and release, they're not breaking the law. The laws just need to change if people aren't happy.
Congress. It's time for Congress to do something.
It is. What they're breaking the law initially when they make the entry illegally, but then through the court systems we end up releasing them. But we can in fact hold them in many cases. We just choose not to.
Well, there you go. Let's see what happens. Brandon Judd, President, National Border Patrol Council, joining us from the beautiful city of San Antonio. Sir, thank you.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
You bet.
Still ahead, the Taliban ramping up attacks. What does it mean for the war on terror? We're going to talk to the former commander of U.S.